Alright, welcome to Multiplying Rational Expressions, or essentially, Rational Expressions Level 1. Now, what do we want to do whenever we see multiple fractions of rational expressions being multiplied together? Well, step 1 is pretty easy. We want to factor every single thing that we can. So let's go ahead and let's draw ourselves a long fraction bar there, a long fraction bar there, and a long fraction bar there. Now let's go ahead and take a look at x squared minus x minus 12. Well, I know it has a coefficient of 1 in front, so that's pretty easy. I'm just going to split it up into two factors. Since my coefficient in front of x squared is 1, I can just split it up right away to x and x. And I'm looking for a number that, or two numbers that multiply to be negative 12, but add up to be negative 1. And of course, that's going to be negative 4 and positive 3. So I'll put minus 4 and positive 3. Okay, now this next part's going to be a little bit tricky. Let's see here. I'll go ahead and erase that. And let's switch to a different color. We're now going to take a look at the bottom here. We have this 2x squared minus 72. Well, we have a leading term of 2, so what we want to try and do is factor out that 2. So if I divide both of these by 2 and I factor it out to the front, what will I have left over? Well, 2x squared divided by 2 is simply x squared, and negative 72 divided by 2 is negative 36. Now, most of you are aware that we can actually factor x squared minus 36 as a difference of squares. It's going to be x plus 6 and x minus 6. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to a different color. Okay, in this kind of nice little red here, we have x squared plus 7x minus 8. And since there's a coefficient of 1, we can split it up into x and x. And let's see here. We're looking for two numbers that multiply to be negative 8, but add up to be a positive 7. And I would say let's go with positive 8 and negative 1. Because 8 minus 1, well, if we add those together, is equal to 7. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom here. We'll switch colors. We'll go to this nice little green. We have x squared plus 2x minus 3. And you can test these out for yourself, but this is simply going to be x plus 3 and x minus 1. Okay, moving on. Let's see here. Let's go to this nice color right here. We have x squared minus 36. Ironically, that's actually what we had right here. So x squared minus 36 simply breaks down into x plus 6 and x minus 6. Okay, and here we have our last one. Let's see, what color do we want to use? Let's use this nice yellow. And we have x squared plus 12x plus 32. And let's see here. What are two numbers that multiply to be 32? Let's go with 8 and 4. And you can double check me. 8 plus 4 is 12. Okay, so step 1 was factor. Well, step 2 is going to be to cancel. Alright? So let me go ahead and just clean this up just a little bit. Erase this. It's not part of the problem anymore. Erase that. Okay. And let's go ahead and just do a single line cross through for everything we see on top that we see on the bottom. So first question, do you see x minus 4 anywhere on the bottom? No? Okay, we're fine there. Do you see an x plus 3 anywhere on the bottom? Yeah, we do, so those cancel. Or they're technically reduced to 1. Do you see an x plus 8 anywhere on the bottom? Yeah, right here, so those cross out. Okay. Oh, x minus 1, that's easy. They're right on top of each other. We have this x plus 6 and an x plus 6, so we know that those cancel. And we have an x minus 6 and an x minus 6, and those cancel. And at this point, there's nothing left over on the top. So I can draw my fraction bar, and I can take this x minus 4. And let's see what we have on the bottom. Well, on the bottom we have a 2, and we have an x plus 4. So 2x plus 4. Perfect. Now we're actually almost done, but not quite, because the last thing we want to do is we want to find out what x cannot equal. What can x not equal? And that's actually really easy. All you do is you take your denominator, so in this case we have this 2x plus 4, but you don't even have to worry about the 2, you just have to worry about the x plus 4. And whatever factors you have, you set them equal to 0. Well, if we subtract 4 from both sides, we'd see that x would equal negative 4, and so we'd say this, comma, x cannot equal negative 4. And that's it. That's your answer. As long as you know how to factor, this should be a relatively easy level. I'll leave it there, and I will catch you in our next video.